Two tanks, one battlefield. Germany's Leopard-2 versus Russia's T-90. On paper, they look comparable. In combat, it's not even close. The Leopard-2 has been destroying Russian armor in Ukraine since 2023. The T-90, Russia's most advanced tank, keeps getting knocked out, and the reasons why reveal everything about the gap between Western and Russian military technology. Today we're breaking down the Leopard-2 versus the T-90. Firepower, armor, mobility, survivability, and why one tank dominates while the other burns. Let's start with firepower. The Leopard-2 uses a 120mm smoothbore cannon, the Rheinmetall L-55. It's one of the most accurate tank guns in the world. Effective range of over 2.5 miles. It can penetrate any Russian tank from the front at 1.2 miles. Clean kill, no contest. The ammunition matters too. The Leopard-2 fires German 53 and 63 armor-piercing rounds. These are tungsten penetrators, traveling at over 5,500 feet per second. When they hit, they punch through armor like paper. Russian reactive armor doesn't stop them. The penetrator goes straight through. The T-90 uses a 125mm cannon, the 2A46M-5. It's powerful, but it's not as accurate. Effective range is about 1.5 miles. That's a full mile less than the Leopard-2. In tank combat, range is everything. The Leopard-2 can kill the T-90 before the T-90 even gets in range. Russian ammunition is also inferior. The T-90 fires 3 BM-60 Svinets penetrators. They're good, but they're not as fast or as accurate as German rounds, and they struggle against modern composite armor. The Leopard-2's frontal armor can stop them. The T-90's armor cannot stop the Leopard-2's rounds. Now let's talk about armor. This is where the difference becomes brutal. The Leopard-2 uses composite armor, layers of steel, ceramics, and other materials designed to absorb and deflect incoming rounds. The frontal armor is over 35 inches thick in some areas. It can withstand direct hits from most anti-tank weapons. Russian tanks have hit Leopard-2s in Ukraine. The rounds bounced off. The tank kept fighting. The Leopard-2 also has modular armor. If a section gets damaged, crews can replace it. The tank goes back into service. Fast. This is a huge advantage in a long war. The T-90 uses a combination of composite armor and explosive reactive armor. ERA. The reactive armor explodes outward when hit, disrupting the incoming round. It works against older weapons, but modern Western ammunition defeats it. The DM-53 round is designed specifically to penetrate reactive armor. It does, every time. The T-90's base armor is also thinner, around 20 inches of effective protection on the front. That's almost half the Leopard-2. And the T-90 has a critical design flaw. The ammunition is stored in the turret, right next to the crew. When a T-90 gets hit and the armor fails, the ammunition explodes. The turret blows off. The crew dies instantly. This is called catastrophic kill, and it happens to T-90s all the time in Ukraine. There are dozens of videos. Turrets flying 50 feet into the air. The tank is gone. The crew is gone. The Leopard-2 stores ammunition in the hull, separated from the crew by blast doors. If the ammunition is hit, the explosion vents outward through blowout panels. The crew survives. The tank can often be repaired. This is survivability, and it's why Leopard-2 crews have a much higher survival rate than T-90 crews. Mobility is another massive advantage for the Leopard-2. The Leopard-2 is powered by a 12-cylinder MTU diesel engine, 1,500 horsepower. It can push the 68-ton tank to 43 miles per hour on roads. Off-road, it's still fast, around 30 miles per hour, and it accelerates quickly. This matters in combat. A fast tank can reposition, flank, escape. A slow tank gets hit. The Leopard-2 also has excellent reverse speed, 20 miles per hour in reverse. Why does this matter? Because in tank combat, you fire, then reverse into cover, fast. The Leopard-2 can do this. The T-90 cannot. The T-90 has a 1,000 horsepower engine, It weighs 50 tons. Top speed is 37 miles per hour on roads, slower than the Leopard-2. But the real problem is reverse speed. The T-90 can only reverse at 3 miles per hour. 3, that's walking speed. In combat, this is a death sentence. A T-90 crew fires, then tries to reverse into cover, but they're moving at 3 miles per hour. The enemy has plenty of time to aim and fire. The T-90 gets hit, and because of the ammunition storage problem, it explodes. Ukrainian Leopard-2 crews have exploited this weakness repeatedly. They engage Russian tanks, fire, then reverse at 20 miles per hour. The Russians can't respond fast enough. By the time they aim, the Leopard-2 is gone. Then it repositions and fires again. The T-90 has no answer. Let's talk about optics and fire control. The Leopard-2 has a modern digital fire control system, laser rangefinder, thermal imaging, automatic target tracking. The gunner locks onto a target. The computer calculates range, wind, tank movement, target movement. The gun adjusts automatically. The gunner fires, hit, first shot every time. The Leopard-2 can fire accurately while moving at full speed. The stabilization system is that good. Ukrainian crews have hit targets at over 1.5 miles while driving at 30 miles per hour. That's almost impossible with older tanks. The T-90M has upgraded optics, thermal sights, a decent fire control system, but it's not as advanced as the Leopard-2. The stabilization is worse. Accuracy while moving is lower, and the thermal imaging quality is inferior. Leopard-2 crews can see T-90s at night from miles away. T-90 crews struggle to see Leopard-2s until it's too late. Now let's look at combat performance in Ukraine. The Leopard-2 has been in action since 2023. Yes, some have been destroyed. War is brutal. Mines, drones, artillery. No tank is invincible. But the Leopard-2 has proven effective. Ukrainian crews report that the Leopard-2 is the best tank they've used, better than Soviet-era tanks, better than upgraded T-72s. The armor works, the gun works, the mobility works, and when a Leopard-2 gets hit, the crew usually survives. There are multiple documented cases of Leopard-2s taking direct hits from Russian anti-tank missiles and driving away. The crew was fine. The tank was damaged but repairable. That's survivability. The T-90 has not performed well. Russia deployed T-90Ms to Ukraine. These are the most advanced variant, and they're getting destroyed. Ukrainian forces have knocked out dozens of T-90M's javelins, NLAWs, drones, artillery, and yes, Leopard-2s. In direct engagements, the Leopard-2 wins. The range advantage, the armor advantage, the mobility advantage. It all adds up. The T-90 can't compete. Here's the bottom line. The Leopard-2 was designed in the 1970s and 1980s to fight Soviet tanks in Europe. It was built to be better than the T-72 and T-80. And it is. By a lot. The T-90 is an upgraded T-72. It's better than the original, but it's still based on 1970s Soviet design philosophy, and that philosophy has fatal flaws. The Leopard-2 prioritizes crew survival. The T-90 does not. The Leopard-2 has superior optics, mobility, and firepower. The T-90 does not. The Leopard-2 can fight at range. The T-90 cannot. In a one-on-one fight, the Leopard-2 kills the T-90 before the T-90 even knows it's there. That's not propaganda. That's engineering. That's combat data. That's reality. Germany's Leopard-2 versus Russia's T-90. It's not a fair fight. And Russia knows it. If you want more breakdowns of the weapons and technology shaping the war in Ukraine, subscribe to Warefare Watch. We analyze what really works on the battlefield. See you in the next one.